We have Greg Marshall here, head coach of the Western Mustangs, getting ready for the Uteck Bowl against the Acadia Axemen on Saturday. Greg, how was the flight in?
Oh, the flight was good. You know, the weather's been good in Ontario, and traffic from London to Toronto was a little tough, but you know what? We got through the airport quickly, got here, and practice here was really good today.
Now, you didn't know who your opponent was until Tuesday night, the Acadia Axemen. How much time did you have to prepare, and did you have to make any adjustments when it came to preparation?
Well, you know, we're pretty focused on Wilfrid Laurier, and I think, you know, after the game on Saturday, we spent Sunday preparing for Acadia, and then that ruling came down in the late afternoon, and so we spent all Sunday night looking at St. Mary's, and you know, really two totally different teams. In fact, you know, St. Mary's is sometimes a totally different team. One week they were running, you know, empty, and next week they're running, you know, power option and triple option. So it was interesting, you know. And I mean, I'd like to complain about it, but you know, given the fact that Acadia has really 3 days to prepare and maybe one practice, you know, I mean, you know, it's difficult for those boys to play, you know, 4 days after that game. So you know, we're here. We're glad we're playing Acadia. You know, we're excited to be in the Uteck Bowl.
So let me go a little bit and talk about the offensive unit for Western, because you were able to put up 75 points against Laurier. How do you feel about the offensive unit going into this game on Saturday?
You know, they're going to need a game like that. You know what? Acadia is very well coached on defense, and I think one of the things, Amit, is that we see Laurier, you know, every year, and then we see them in the playoffs, and we see Guelph, and we see Mac, and you know, we haven't changed our offense a lot, but we know how they're going to play us. So it's always a bit of a chess match, because we know, okay, they're going to play us this way. We don't know Acadia. We know that they're well coached on defense, and they got some outstanding athletes. Their linebackers can run around, but they haven't played against us, and so we don't know how they'll react to some of the things that we do, because there's no offense in the Maritimes that runs a similar scheme. There are lots of good offenses in the Maritimes, but they don't run kind of the things that we do. So it's not like we can go in and say, you know what, this is how they defend that play, because we haven't seen that play. Whereas in Ontario, everyone runs an offense very similar to ours. So you know what, it'll be interesting and kind of feeling out process in that first quarter.
So, on the flip side, the defensive unit, what do they need to do to stop Acadia?
Well, you know what? We got to play like we've been playing, and our defense has been playing outstanding football in the second half of the season. Our linebackers run around. Our defensive line is a little bit undersized, but they're quick and they're well coached and they know what they're doing. And I think the success of our defense is, you know, that we hustle and we're smart and we're in a good spot. So, you know, we're going to need that kind of effort and intensity on Saturday afternoon.
And how important will special teams be in determining the outcome of this game?
You know what, we've been good on teams. You know, our punter and kicker is very, very good. You know, I spent a bit of time looking at their punter and their kicker. I think we match up really well there. I think athletically we match up pretty well. Sometimes special teams is going to be the difference in a big game like this.
And you have touched a little bit of talking about your opponent, Acadia. What can you say about what you're expecting from the Acadia Axemen?
Well, you know what, I know they're well coached. You know, Coach Cummins is an outstanding man and a friend of mine, and I've known him for a long time. And you know, it's good just to be in this game. But I know they'll be prepared, and I know they'll have their boys ready as they were last Tuesday. You know, not an easy situation for them, but you know, I certainly admire them the way they played in that game against St. Mary's.
One final question, just with the state of USports right now, and obviously with the controversy that happened the past week in the AUS, what are your thoughts about the growth of the USports?
I think you know what, I think football is strong in USport. I think that we've had a great season in Ontario. Really, you know, in the province of Ontario, football's very, very popular. They're talking about declining, you know, participation. It certainly isn't in London. All right, there's lots of football in London, lots of football across the province. We're really just excited. I mean, we're excited. We just hope we get an opportunity to play in the Vanier Cup. That's our goal, and I know it's going to be a good game on Saturday.
I do have one more question, and if you could speak to the growth of football in Canada.
Well, we got growth of football in Canada has been phenomenal. I mean, I think that there are it's a contact sport, and there's been a lot of talk about the injuries associated with football. I think it's important that we make the game as safe as possible, and that we make sure that through rules and equipment and how we practice. You saw our practice today. This is our day 3 practice, and although we ran hard, we didn't do any hitting, and we hit very, very, very little throughout the entire year. We'll hit on game days, but we do not have a lot of contact. And I think we're going to have to monitor the contact, and it might mean playing more touch when in youth football. But football is a great game, great team sport, and it's a great game because it involves so many different boys of different ability levels, and high school football was a great experience for me, and I think it's one of the best experiences for young boys. Lots of players can play football, and you have boys of different sizes, so that's what makes it unique.
Best of luck to you
Thank
Saturday.
you. Yep.
Greg Marshall, head coach of Western Mustangs, will be playing Acadia Axemen on Saturday afternoon in Wolfville.